Welcome to Dogwood Homestead. We don't breed them, but we do buy them from a reputable breeder. And as they grow, we want to make sure they stay happy and healthy. We buy feed from a local mill that has all the nutrients they need. My hubby designed and made this feed bowl to cut down on the competition and fighting over the food. They were kept happy with so many donations of free veggies and fruits from different people that I'm sure they thought they were living high on the hog. But the bigger they got, the closer to process day it got. And it's always a sobering process as we honor the life that was lived. So I'm going to take you through our process of how we do things here on Dogwood Homestead. This is our second year of pigs, and so far everything is the same until you get to this part. This year we have a fully functioning butcher shop. Last year we were outside with tables and a hose with a sprayer attachment. This year Denham made an old wheeled cart into a cradle for the pig to lay in. It was a lot easier to cut into the skin this way rather than as it was hanging up from the tractor. We cut one slit down the belly and then removed the skin from each leg. A lot of people like to keep the skin to make pork rinds, or you can leave the skin on and have cuts of meat with rind on. But all that involves scalding the hair off, and we're just not into that right now. So we're taking the skin completely off, and shout out to the bearded butchers, we're adopting one of their methods for this. We drilled an anchor into the floor and used a steel cable as a choker. We wrapped it around the loose skin and hung the back legs onto the gambrel that's still attached to the tractor. The idea was that as the tractor bucket rose up, it would pull the skin right off. Then when the bucket couldn't go any higher, we lowered the pig and reattached the cable to a tighter part of the skin. Then we just kept repeating this process, and for the most part it worked. It did get caught in a few places, but we just sliced those areas and it just continued on. We wanted to keep all that nice back fat and not have it get pulled off with the skin. This pulling of the skin we did by hand last year, and this year it took half the time. It wasn't perfect by any means. It did pull off a little bit of meat here and there, but we're not professionals like the bearded butchers. But we definitely improved upon our methods from last year. And once the skin was completely off, we just got a tote to get ready for all the insides to drop into. We did keep the hearts and livers to mix in with all the ground meat that we made into sausage. But everything else was discarded along with the skin and went out back into our compost pile. A friend of ours wanted the ears, snouts, and hooves, so we did keep those as well and just put those to the side. And once the pig was insides out, we got the Sawzall out. This was probably the easiest part of the whole process. And once we got it cut into two halves, we took each side over to the table and started cutting them into the primal cuts. The front legs, back legs, and two middle sections. All that rested in the fridge overnight, and then the next day we cut everything into the smaller pieces. And everything you see here in this freezer is just one pig.